This is Serial, a student knockoff of the podcast Serial, where we take a deep dive into the fascinations of true crime.
My name is Tanya.
And I'm Stuti Parashar.
Today's episode is a continuation of Serial's story of Hae-Min Lee's murder mystery by Sarah Koenig.
We're here to answer the decade-long question.
Did Adnan Syed really kill Hae, or was it his drug dealer Jay?
This episode is our perspective of the case, focusing on Jay Wild's hand in this homicide.
Jay told the police that he and Adnan went shopping, and Adnan said he was going to kill Hae. Jay also stated that he helped bury the body. Due to copyright, the following audios are a remake of what Jay told the detectives. In episode 1, The Alibi, he states,
"So you helped him dig the hole?"
Yes.
After listening to this audio, it becomes clear on who Jay perceives murdered Hae. But could it be he was only trying to protect himself?
We have reason to believe that Jay has a lot of details about the crime, but he's lying in his story to frame Adnan. Later in court, Jay actually admits to this, but more about that later.
There is one thing uncertain though. Why would Jay not state anything regarding preventing Adnan from taking this huge step? Any person in their right mind would report and or tell him to think carefully about what he's about to do. So why didn't Jay?
Right, and Jay never failed to state how he was pressured into assisting Adnan with hiding the body. In episode 1, The Alibi, he states,
And he asked me if I was going to help, and I told him no.
As shown before, Jay's story had lots of inconsistencies. It didn't even match up his own story.
So where was Adnan, and what could his motive be? Let's take a closer look.
According to Asia McLean, she clearly remembered Adnan being at the library during the interval where he supposedly killed Hae.
As for the motive of the crime, according to his close friends, he, quote, was sad for sure, but not obsessed or anything, unquote, as said in episode 1, The Alibi. This just shows that Adnan was a heartbroken teen. Who wouldn't be? But there's no clear motive or reason for Adnan to murder Hae.
So who did?
Well, the motive is still unclear, but there are multiple signs pointing a finger at Jay. Our theory as to why Jay might have killed Hae is that it was built up anger.
We already know that Jay was a little envious of how popular and well-known Adnan was. That's envy. He was the golden boy of Baltimore with perfect grades, a loving girlfriend, and good connections. Jay was just his drug dealer. It makes sense for Jay to be jealous of Adnan's perfect life. In episode 4, Inconsistencies, Jay tells the detectives,
As a criminal element of wisdom.
Is that a real or perceived reputation?
Perceived. It's like how the student body sees me. People who really know me know that I'm not like that. But you get a certain reputation, it kind of sticks with you.
Adnan was also close to Jay's girlfriend, Stephanie. He was the one who reminded Jay to buy a present for her and even gave Jay his car to allow him to buy her a gift from the mall. Jay would have felt threatened by Adnan's relationship with Stephanie and under the influence had decided to take drastic measures.
With all of this and the possibility of a drug deal gone wrong, Jay had enough of a motive to resent Adnan. We believe he was under the influence, saw Hae, and that just uncovered his hatred for Adnan, causing him to take Hae's life.
As we stated before, Jay was a drug dealer, so he definitely had his connections with the network of criminals and possibly gangs. The type of lifestyle that Jay had came with pressure, threats, and the need to protect himself. Jay has definitely done some illegal activities, there's no denying that, and Jay could have been caught in something bigger. He needed someone to take the attention off of him, and that someone was Adnan.
In episode 4, Inconsistencies, Jay tells the detectives,
Because of the context you have with helping him get his marijuana, you think that you're in that element that would be willing to assist him in disposing of the body?
I would guess so. That I would know someone or know where or something.
Jay, what he has over you or your involvement in this is beyond belief, other than that you being afraid of the police. Either he has paid you something or...
Like I said, he knows I sold drugs. He could get me locked up for that. I'm sure if I ratted him out for killing Hae, then he wouldn't hesitate to turn me over for selling drugs.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add to this?
I feel bad that, I didn't come forward or do anything, but I feel bad. I feel like I could have stopped it somehow. If I, maybe if I paid more attention, talked about it. I just feel bad about it. That's all I got to say.
Jay feels bad, he says. But is that really true? Because
Let's pause here. Let's not forget, Jay had Adnan's phone, Adnan's car, and it was the perfect setup to frame him. When the police started questioning, Jay also told them what they wanted to hear.
Also, don't forget, the detectives went solely off of Jay's story. They arrested Adnan without questioning him first. Jay's story changed as more evidence was introduced. It should have been the other way around. That's not memory, that's strategy.
Exactly. And another controversial piece of evidence was the Nisha call. Jay had Adnan's phone at the time, but why would he call Nisha? Jay didn't know Nisha, so if Jay's story really is reliable, what business did he have calling Nisha?
On top of that, Jay checked Adnan's voicemail. What was he looking for? There are so many who, what, where, when, why, how questions, but not enough evidence to answer them.
Starting with the Nisha call, Nisha herself said she didn't recall any memory of talking with Jay on Adnan's phone, but Jay himself allegedly stated he was the one who had Adnan's phone at 3:32 p.m.
Even more so, if Jay was supposedly helping bury Jay's body, then why would he socialize, let alone call someone he doesn't even know? As we stated before, Jay openly admitted to lying in court.
Jay lied about where and when Adnan supposedly killed Hay. He lied about the timelines about when he was with Adnan. He lied about the Nisha call in the call log. He lied about the phone booth at Best Buy. His stories just had so many inconsistencies, it was hard to follow any of his points.
So why did the court and the police believe Jay when there was clearly evidence proving his points and memory wrong?
While there are still many unanswered questions, here's your too long didn't read recap of this podcast. Jay had a larger hand in this case than he was letting on, period.
If Jay is convicted due to the following evidence, he should be held at trial. Adnan should receive some sort of compensation from the state of Maryland and from Jay for emotional and physical distress. Because at the end of the day, if you control the story, you control the outcome.